For this tutorial, you're going to need black and white yarn, some very sharp scissors, some little cardboard cardstock pom-pom makers, or of course if you have plastic ones. I made mine about 6 centimeters wide. You'll need some green felt, and of course also your fasteners of choice, either hair clips or pinback buttons or whatever it is that you want to use. Start out by taking your little cardboard palm makers. You're going to be sandwiching 2 pieces together. Now first you're going to want to insert in there a piece of yarn long enough that you're going to be able to tie afterwards. This is going to be the piece that you'll be knotting to hold all of your yarn bits together. So it's really important to put this in now because you're going to be using it afterwards. Lay it inside like so, and then just press the other piece on top of it just to hold it in place for now. You're going to be starting with the black thread, which is going to be the pupil of the Kermit eyeball. So just begin, start on one side, hold the piece of yarn in place with your finger. The rest of the yarn that you're going to wrap is going to essentially hold it in place afterwards. You want to wrap it enough that you're going to have one yarn width thick that goes all the way around from one end to the other. You're going to want this to be fairly even. And just keep wrapping so that it goes all the way to the other side. Bring the yarn back in, and in order to make that larger section in the center of Kermit's eyeball, you're going to want to wrap it thicker around the center. So single layer of yarn all the way around, but thicker in the center part. Once you get to the end of your thread, or at least you get thick enough for what you want, you're just going to want to tie it off and snip off the end a bit. To help keep the little bits out of the way, you can just sort of bunch them up and tuck them in between. You don't want to get these wrapped up in the rest of your yarn because again, you want them loose to be able to tie off the whole yarn bundle afterwards. Now take your white yarn, just sort of hold it in place like you did with the black. And you want to start wrapping a little bit before the edge of where you started the black. Again, you want the white of the eye to totally surround all of the black of the pupil. You're going to need to be doing a lot of wrapping here, and you want it nice and thick all the way around, both the center and the sides. You may end up having to wrap this as much as 100 times or more. You gauge for when yours is done as to exactly how much that's going to need to be. As before, when you're finished, you just want to tie it off and then snip off the extra bit of white yarn. Pull your tie threads. What they're doing is they're holding all of your yarn bits together that's wrapped around this bundle. That's why you have 2 pieces to kind of sandwich them. It's also going to make it a lot easier to cut apart. Tie a fairly strong knot. I only knotted once because once you cut the yarn threads, you're going to be able to tighten it even more. You're going to need your very sharp scissors, and you're going to want to pull apart the edges of the cardboard and slide the scissors in between. So you're not cutting the cardboard, you're cutting the actual threads. This could take a little while because it's wrapped in there pretty thick, but just keep snipping all the way around until you essentially have the 2 halves. Now you want to go back in and tighten those threads even more, and you can see that you can actually tighten it quite a bit more now that all of your threads are cut. Make a double or triple knot, whatever is going to be secure, and this will hold your eyeball together. pull out your cardboard little palm separators, and you're going to have a pretty fluffy looking eyeball at this point. Tighten as needed, and now you're going to want to go in with your scissors, and you're going to be doing a lot of snipping. All pom-poms look kind of weird and super fluffy like this when you first make them. What makes them really nice and tight and neat is doing all the trimming. So you're just going to work your way evenly around the palm circle, hold it in place, take your scissors, and just start snipping and trimming. Fluff it out, shape with your scissors, and you've got yourself your completed eyeball. Now to make the green collar backing to go on it, you're going to need your green felt. I made a little template out of just simple boxboard from some cookie or chocolates that I gotten for Christmas. Laid on the green felt and just traced out with a pen or pencil, so that you can cut out as many as you need. I just use a regular tack to poke a hole through the center of the green felt, because this is what you're going to use to pull those longer tie threads through to secure it in place. I have a yarn needle that I use, but even a loop of some wire, or if you can push it through with a pencil, whatever works for you. Once you have the threads pulled through, then you can tie a double knot in it, and you can either glue gun them onto your fasteners, use epoxy if you wish, or keep the threads on and you can use them to actually tie and secure onto something else as well. You can use pin backs to secure it onto a sweater or a jacket, or you can use these hair clips to either use in your hair or to use them as shoe clips as well. Make yourself a pair of the Kermit eyeballs, and you can have these for a Muppet Party, for viewing the film. I've used them here as shoe clips, which I think look absolutely adorable, or just to pin on a sweater. I have a variety of some other DIY pom-pom designs that are on my channel, so just follow the links and you can check the rest of them out. Thanks for watching.